中共20大的预备会，19届七中全会12号在京开完。发布的公报中，习近平获得全面吹捧，说他5年来取得所谓重大成就。但观察人士认为，表面上看习近平似乎掌握了大局，但其实不然。
这个公报一点亮点没有，都是老生常谈。
其实是危机四伏，大家现在等的是一个机会，把习近平搞下台。
知名分析人士指出，反习势力之所以还没有动作，是因为习近平手里有3颗定时炸弹，分别是俄乌战争、防疫和台湾问题。现在倒习成功，也无法安全处理这3颗炸弹，所以认为把烂摊子留给习近平自己面对是上策。除此之外，中国经济的困境和美国对华的严厉战略，也让中共政权难上加难。
中共这个政局已经全部僵死了，一盘就是一个烂泥巴了，根本扶不起墙。
在外界看来，习近平在过去10年间把各项权力集于一身，成为毛泽东之后最有权力的中共领导人。不过，前英国外交官克里布朗日前指出，其实习近平和其他人一样，以一种奇怪的方式遭到中共的劫持。
其实他是在说，习近平所做的这一切，都是在为保中共做努力。
路透社日前梳理了习近平在过去10年内巩固权力的12种方式。布朗认为，虽然外界的注意力都在习近平身上，但事实上独裁中国的其实不是习近平，而是习近平为之服务的中共。
但是中共能保得住吗？这一点恐怕连习近平本人都没有信心。
新台电视台记者韩飞，特约记者洛亚采访报道。
Snow fell unexpectedly in Jilin. Swallows did not have time to migrate. This year, a rare phenomenon appeared in Jilin during the transition period between late autumn and early winter. But the heavy snowfall in just one night surprised everyone. According to Chinese media, since October 9th, many parts of northern China have experienced strong winds, and the weather quickly cooled down due to a new wave of cold air. The lowest temperature has hit a new low since autumn in some areas. On October 10th, heavy snowfall suddenly happened in Jilin province. The Jilin Provincial Meteorological Station also issued road snow and ice warning information. A video shared online by locals shows swallows desperately looking for a place to hide. They usually only appear in the spring and migrate in the winter, but the severe weather and sudden changes left them unprepared this year. Temperature in northern Guangdong fell below 10 degrees Celsius, a historical low for the same period. As reported by Chinese media, on October 11th, temperatures in Guangdong province kept falling due to a confluence of chilly air and clear air radiation. In the morning, the lowest temperature in northern Guangdong, Renhua, Lianshan, fell below 10 degrees Celsius, below 50 degrees Fahrenheit. The temperature in Renhua was 9.1 degrees Celsius, or 48.4 degrees Fahrenheit, a new low in Guangdong for the second half of 2022, and the lowest in the province's history for the same period. Many other places in Guangdong also experienced a significant drop in temperature. For example, on October 11th, the lowest temperature in the Pearl River Delta, western Guangdong, and elsewhere dropped below 20 degrees Celsius, below 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Cold weather also reduces humidity and leads to strong winds in coastal Guangdong, increasing the risk of wildfires. According to the Guangdong Meteorological Department, 102 forest fire warning signals have been in effect in the province. Of these, 56 are the highest level forest fire warning signals in northern Guangdong and the Pearl River Delta. Xi'an. Offline teaching suspended. Museums are temporarily closed. The COVID pandemic in Xi'an continues to be complicated. According to NetEase, 24 new coronavirus infections were reported in Shanxi province on October 10th. In addition, 9 cases were confirmed locally, and 15 were local asymptomatic infection. Authorities in Xi'an, Shanxi province issued an emergency closure notice for primary and secondary schools on October 11th. All students and teachers in the secondary school graduating class must be tested for nucleic acid on the same day. Besides, many public places in the city were also closed, such as scenic spots, museums, and cinemas. As reported by RFA, many people worry about the COVID pandemic continuing. The parents are facing a hard life. They must arrange their work besides caring for children when they cannot attend school. Radio Free Asia on October 11th reported that this Monday, October 10th, a screenshot of a chat with an insider of the Shanghai Authority was circulated on Weibo, talking about the water shortage in Shanghai. The insider disclosed that the water sources of the 3 major reservoirs in Shanghai are depleted, and the drought upstream means the water cannot be replenished. The paper said that Shanghai resident Zhu Jinhua said in an interview with Radio Free Asia that she now has to order bottled water because of the water shortage in Shanghai's reservoirs. On Tuesday, Weibo netizens wrote that they were terrified and would start hoarding water. Another netizen wrote that someone in the group was hoarding water at midnight, and even drinking water is not guaranteed. The paper wrote that, according to a report by Caixin, due to the intrusion of the salt tide, it is difficult to obtain water from the reservoirs of the 2 primary water sources in Shanghai. Bloomberg reported that Shanghai City has temporarily stopped receiving water from 2 important reservoirs due to contamination from seawater and must take emergency measures to guarantee the city's water supply. Shanghai's emergency measures include complementary support from the 2 rivers and switching to alternate water sources to reduce the raw water consumption of the Yangtze River Estuary Reservoir. Li Xingsheng, a Shanghai resident, said in an interview with this station that the Chinese Communist Party would only announce the water shortage situation and worsening water quality in Shanghai as a last resort. Currently, Shanghai uses dredgers and sand ships to transfer water from the Yangtze River to neighboring Nantong, Jiangsu, then transport it to Shanghai. Shanghai City's government recently made an announcement to calm the big wave of water panic buying amid the rumor of water shortages in the city of 26 million people. Tap water production and supply are normal, and water quality standards have been reached, said the Shanghai government. The rumors arose after a record drought dried up parts of the Yangtze River, causing salt water to intrude into the estuary and deplete reservoirs feeding Shanghai clean water. According to Caixin, on October 11th, Shanghai authorities had to take immediate action of suspending the water supply after the intrusions contaminated 2 of the city's 4 main water reservoirs. The city government also announced a routine maintenance schedule for some of the city's water pipes. Making residents even more confused, rushing to stockpile bottled water. Shanghai authorities then had to issue a notice to reassure people, saying that the problem of salt water had occurred since early September, but also confirmed that the supply of clean water was being closely monitored and under control. However, the people of Shanghai are not so convinced. Photos circulating on social media show many people flocking to supermarkets to buy large quantities of water bottles. Growing fears of more COVID lockdowns worsen the situation, especially as Shanghai residents went through the first lockdown earlier this year with shortages of food and essential goods. The worldwide PC market is experiencing a dramatic shift as Washington hardens its scrutiny of Chinese military and technological advances. According to analyst firm Gartner, global PC shipments have dropped to the worst level in 2 decades as of the 3rd quarter of 2022. Compared to the same period last year, this has been a 19.5% fall. Since sales have been dropping for some time, this quarter marks the 4th consecutive quarter in which they have decreased globally. Gartner attributes the historic slowdown to multiple factors. Mikako Kitagawa, the director analyst at Gartner, says one of the major problems currently is high inventory as demand drops in both the consumer and business markets. She elaborates that massive promotion generated little effect as people bought new PCs over the last 2 years. Meanwhile, complicated geopolitical and economic situations also make businesses more cautious about spending. She noted that PCs were not at the top of the priority list for them. At least, Kitagawa points out that the decline in PC sales may not impact all manufacturers equally. According to Gartner, Acer experienced the greatest year-over-year sales loss of 23.7%, followed by Lenovo at 22.8%, and HP at 23.3%. On the other hand, Apple only suffered a decline of 5.8%. According to Bloomberg, the gloomy statistics came as Washington shook the global computer sector, with restrictions aiming at cutting chip and technology exports to China last week. The newly introduced measures may represent the most significant change in American policy toward technology transfers to China since the 1990s. U.S. officials believe the limits are necessary to stop China from becoming a more significant economic and military threat. Assistant Secretary of Commerce for Export Administration Thea D. Rosman-Kendler said China is looking to become a world leader in artificial intelligence by 2030. If the country achieves its target, Kendler warns that the regime will abuse capabilities to monitor, track, and surveil its citizens and fuel its military modernization. She declares, "Our actions will protect U.S. national security and foreign policy interests, while also sending a clear message that U.S. technological leadership is about values as well as innovation." Despite the present turmoil, Canalys senior analyst Ishan Dutt told Bloomberg that the sector may be able to recover by the second half of 2023.
在这份长达48页的新国家安全战略中，拜登明确表示，从长远来看，他最担心的并不是正在衰落的俄罗斯，而是中共以修正主义的外交政策进行的专制统治。拜登认为，中共与俄罗斯对世界构成的是不同的挑战。俄罗斯虽然对自由和开放的国际体系构成直接威胁，但中共却是当前唯一一个既打算重塑国际秩序，又越来越有经济、外交、军事和技术实力来推进这一目标的国家。新的美国国家安全战略明确指出，中共正在利用技术能力和对国际机构的影响力，为自己的威权模式营造宽松条件，同时利用经济来胁迫其他国家，一边从开放的国际经济体系中获利，另一边却限制其他国家进入中国市场。在军事方面，中共在加紧军事现代化的同时，不断扩张在印太地区的影响力，企图削弱美国与当地盟国的关系。因此，美国对待中共威胁的战略将基于加强对美国国内实力基础的投资，提高竞争力，加强与盟友的合作，以及在技术、经济、政治、军事、情报和全球治理等领域全力与中共竞争。此外，新的国家安全战略还明确指出，美国将继续追究中共在新疆、西藏和香港侵犯人权的责任。新国家安全战略同时澄清了至关重要的一点：虽然美国与中共政府之间有着深刻的分歧，但与中国人民之间没有分歧。美国深深尊重中国人民的成就、历史和文化。新唐人电视台记者乔安综合报道。